What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today. I might need your help on this because I genuinely can't remember when was the last time I done a video on just a normal MXB mods track for MX bikes. It's got to be a hot minute in amongst the other games I've been playing and just the lack of videos in general as well. But then most of the track, I guess, walk track preview videos, if you want to call them, they've all been paid tracks for quite a long time, but this one caught my eye as I was scrolling through MXB mods. This is Autumn Falls and it is created by Dr. No Clout, and I think it just looks really pretty. Like the leaves all over the place, the tear-offs as well, scenery's a little bit different to what we usually get also, and it just looks like really well done and really high quality as well. We've even got a little bit of water here as well with the leaves floating on top, and it's just little details I'm a big fan of, just all the custom bales. If I can try and find the pit area as well, just through here. It's even stuff like this, where he's got actual bike models in the pits, just to make it come to life a little bit more. I've got no idea where you get these. I would have loved to do these for my Moto 101 track, but not something that many people do. Usually you get like a flat PNG image of some bikes, but I'm curious to try this track for, I guess, two contradicting reasons. So the first one was because I personally think that it looked really good and pretty from the pictures. But then also, it didn't even have 4 out of 5 stars as ratings out of 9 people's reviews. But then I only saw good comments. So it's making me wonder, are people just lowballing star ratings on MXB mods just for the sake of it? Try and be a little bit edgy? So I thought I would come and put it to the test myself. Scaling wise, it looks like it's more suited to a 250 than a 450. But I am on a 450 today, and I will explain a little bit more on that as we ride around. But I will give you a unbiased lens review rather than random MXB mods star ratings instead. So I hope you enjoy the video. So I am on the KTM 450. As you can see, I have a hell of a lot KTM 450 setups. However, I have been sent the good stuff. I'm not going to show you what it is because I'm not allowed to show you what it is. But that's why I'm riding the KTM, because I might be reverting back to the orange, which is now yellow machine, rather than the Yamaha that I rode at round 1 on Parla, and it didn't really go very well for me. So as we do a little bit of riding around here, if you watched Parla, thank you very much everyone that was there. We peaked at, I think, 760 something viewers as the most, which for outdoors, so good. It might be one of the highest outdoors numbers we've ever had. Indoors is always a little bit better. Anaheim 1, we've creeped into the 4 digits. We got into the thousands last year and I think the year before. But for round 1 of outdoors, especially since so many different people stream their POVs nowadays, really impressive stuff. So thank you everybody that took the time out of their evening to come and support me on the stream. It was very much appreciated. So I was running a red #1 plate Yamaha, and it looked very sexy. Thank you BP and Ols and everybody else that helped get all of my gear together for that. I think we all knew the red plate was only going to last 1 round. Unfortunately, the depth of competition is so stacked at the moment. If pause now if you haven't watched that and you do want to go back and watch it, because I'm about to tell you how it went for me. So I ended up going 5-5 in both of the motos, and not through any fault other than my own really, because I got good starts in both motos, and in Moto 2 I was even in the lead for a short amount of time and just made lots of mistakes myself. I'm still finding myself struggling a little bit with Beta 20, and it's just a level of comfortability that I don't have right now. So some laps will be absolutely fine, like really fast, and then others it'll just be a bunch of like weird mistakes and the bike reacting in a way that I don't expect. So it's just consistency that I think I'm lacking. So over the last maybe like 3 days now, so Wednesday and Thursday basically of this week, I spent a couple of hours in testing trying to make the KTM work for me, because by default I'm naturally pretty comfortable on the KTM, or I was before Beta 20 dropped, and then I just couldn't get my head around it, and I hopped on the Yamaha randomly and it felt a lot easier to begin with. So I raced that, and the setup felt pretty decent on a smooth track. As soon as the rough came in and the track started going away, I may as well have not had any suspension. Like, it was horrific. So that, I guess, serves me right for trying to make my own stuff rather than relying on the people that, I guess, I was going to say make a living doing it, but I don't think there's anyone that does that. You know, people like SPX and this, that and the other. I'm not going to name names because I don't want people rush into their DMs. However, about an hour ago, before me recording this video, I have received a KTM suspension and it is really damn goated. I feel instantly very comfortable on it, and I hopped on Parla, and I had to take it with a pinch of salt because obviously I've done 2 entire motos and a qualifying session on Parla, so I'm more comfortable on the track in general now. But I did manage to knock off a 1.5 seconds off of my qualifying lap time in the space of about 10 laps. So KTM could be back, which also means Suzuki Model Swap could be back, so that could look just as litty as the Yamaha setup did. Unfortunately, it does mean I've had to slide into BP's DMs again and be like, listen, buddy, I know I may have switched up last second on you from the KTM to the Yami and made you make graphics in the space of like 2 hours, but could we please get those Suzuki graphics again now, please, and thank you. So I apologise for that to the people involved in making me look hella drippy. But comfortability is the main thing for me in this game, because if I'm comfortable on a bike, even if I'm a couple of seconds off pace, I can do that lap every lap, whereas at Parla I was a couple seconds off pace and not consistent as well. Just a lot of weird mistakes, and the biggest issue I've been having at the moment, which I haven't felt as much since hopping back on this KTM, I know it's only a short period of time so it's a small sample size, but I've asked a few other people in the community and they seem to be agreeing. So please let me know your thoughts down below if you struggle with this since Beta 20 and Beta 20B came out. When I try and get the bike cranked over into ruts, instead of basically locking in the rut and following the corner round, a lot of the time it feels like the bike wants to stand itself upright and then go over the rut rather than following it. And that seems to happen anytime I try sitting down now in a rut. So to combat that, I've just started standing up everywhere, basically. Like right there, I was just stood up and leant forwards on the pegs and it tracked around the corner no problem. But I think a big reason for that standing up is, I don't know if it's to do with the new rider positioning. If I go and replay and watch my bike as I get into these ruts, the suspension bottoms out so much easier than I think it ever did before, both front end and back end. So what happens is you get in the rut, the suspension compresses, and then it rebounds halfway around the corner, and that rebounding of the suspension is what's causing the bike to stand upright. I guess an alternative to that would be to make it stiffer so it doesn't compress and rebound quite as quickly. But then you're changing the entire track as well. You know, you're affecting how the bike handles over braking bumps and how it scrubs and all sorts. So maybe not a slope you want to go down. So I'm trying to combat it a little bit with just standing up more. On flat corners, I'm still sitting down. It doesn't seem to cause me an issue there. But please let me know if you've also struggled with that sort of thing, because general community might be able to relate to me a little bit more there, whereas I think a lot of the pro guys already have it all worked out and I'm slacking behind a little bit. Kind of like how I was really struggling when the Beta 18 OEM bikes first came out and I was in my factory bike era because I just hated those OEMs, and then I had to force myself to use them, basically. But right now, in the hour that I have spent on this setup, back on the KTM, 10 times more comfortable than I was on the blue machine. So maybe it's not as blue OP as I thought. It looked like EU very, very, very blue. Almost everybody on the AMI. But then I watch NA, and it's a pretty damn good mix. There's a lot of KTMs in NA, so they're clearly onto something. And it's disgusting, by the way, seeing the lap times the NA boys ran after 5 hours of that track being out. I think they... So I had a low 54. Top of EU 450 was a low 52, and then top of NA 450 was a very low 51. And some of the lines that I was seeing as well, like techie little doubles around corners, it was so impressive. I really do get the most enjoyment in this game watching other people be good. It's kind of stressful trying to be good yourself, but watching other people be good, lovely time. Like, great, could do it all day. So I'm kind of sad that I can't commentate and race at the same time. You can't obviously have the best of both worlds. I'm either racing or I'm commentating. I mean, I was trying to talk during the race as much as I can, but every now and then you just have to lock in a little bit. Overall, not a terrible round one. I went 5-5 for somehow 6th overall. Imagine getting 2 5s and not even getting 5th overall. That's crazy. But yeah, hopefully a little bit better at Hangtown, and then hopefully improve over the course of the season, and then maybe at some point, if the 6 or 7 people that can win a race all get bad starts and let me get out in front, that could be very, very nice. Maybe I'll get a moto win in there at some point. So this track is doing exactly what every fun track I have ever played is doing, which is I am riding around and just not really thinking about it, but still having fun and still hitting my marks and all the lines. That, to me, tells me a good amount of time and testing has gone into this to make sure that it all flows nicely. It's not like I'm massively over jumping sections or coming up short, or there's blind jumps that you suddenly have to hook a hard left or right for. It's laid out very, very nicely. It's very local crossy kind of vibe. So although there's a lot of elevation changes in here, the track itself, if you look at the track map, it's not really that big of a track, but I think he's used the space really well and how it twists and loops back on itself. The jump faces are built amazing, like you can get so backwards if you want to. And I have a habit when I record these videos, I feel like the banner's a little bit on the track there, I'd have a habit when I record these videos of taking the same lines over and over again, and I'm afraid I have fallen into that same trap right here, so I do apologise. But gives you boys a reason to go and download the track and try it out for yourself. A little jump to the inside maybe. Ooh, okay, we're experimenting, we're finding lines. It'd give you boys a chance to go and download it and find some lines of your own. Just love little bits like that. Just jump down the hill, try and get slotted into the rut, and then you can absolutely toss it over some of these, like just get absolutely backwards. That's not coming back around. Definitely shouldn't have opened my mouth there, trying to get too steezy, but really good solid track. I saw someone say in the comments on MXB Mods of this, second best track of the year, no matter if it was paid or free, and that is a hell of a good compliment, because the quality of tracks that we get, especially on the shop these days, is very high. And I think he said it was only second to whatever Punker Jeffy's newest track is called. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. I do apologise. You guys will know what it is straight away, because Punker Jeffy's tracks do so well within the general community. But if this track has gone under your radar at all in the less than a week that it's been out, then definitely give it a go. Of course, I will link it down in the description if you want it. And to Mr. Dr. No Clout, the difference in quality, not just in terms of how the terrain's made, but the visual quality as well, from your previous track, which was the Riverwood Supercross, the Skyrim Supercross track that I'd done on the channel as well, to this is incredible. Like the texturing, the masking overall is so good. Like the norm work and everything, it looks really pretty. So keep doing exactly what you're doing and giving us some really fun and free tracks to play as well. Absolutely love it. So give it a go. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'm hoping that I can perform a little bit better for you guys at Hangtown, because already I'm feeling so much more comfortable, and I probably should have just asked around for suspensions for the KTM prior to Parlour. But we live and we learn. It's just a video game at the end of the day, and it can only go up, I guess. So thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. I almost forgot my own outro then, whatever it is you're up to, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.